Hello, my name is Tanika Royster. I am an Army veteran and a mother of one. I have obtained my bachelor's degree in fine art at Columbus State University in December of 2014. Currently, I'm enrolled seeking a master's degree in media design from Full Sail University. I want to become proficient in my craft and to be overall successful in everything I set out to achieve, no matter how difficult the circumstances. 3 key points I want to reflect on from my reading of Mastery by Robert Greene are: number 1, in order to master a field, you must love the subject and feel a profound connection to it. I have been drawing since I was 11 years old. There was a commercial for art school that would come on, and they would send you a test in the mail, and I remember returning my test and receiving a 93 on that test, and that just blew my mind. And at a very young age, I always knew I just loved art. I always found a deep connection with it. Even when I would go through things as a child, I remember picking up my sketchbook and making comics and just losing myself in those stories, and that was my outlet. Number 2, avoiding the false path. Now, even after drawing since I was 11 and taking that art test and creating my own comics, I still felt lost. I was afraid to tell my family that I wanted to go into the field of art, so I let my aunt talk me into going into the military. Now, I don't regret my decision, and I ended up, after spending 3 years dedicating myself to service, going back to college and still getting my BFA in art, even though I was afraid to say it to my family at the beginning. Number 3, whenever possible, make a move to a narrower field. In my BFA program, we did numerous of things: sculpture, painting, photography, and ceramics. I found a love for photography, and in photography, I really liked the immediate results you would get, especially in digital photography. Now, I began to manipulate my photos in Photoshop, and I found that there were a plethora of things that you could do to create new ones and new scenes. I just turned that photograph into something that you had never imagined before. And while learning Photoshop, I also found that I love to design flyers and layouts. I just found a new love of art all over again. So that's how I made my decision to obtain my MFA in media design at Full Sail University. One strategy I found to be extremely relevant to me was letting go of the past. During high school and the military, I worked with computers a lot. I was exceptionally good at it. So when I first entered into college, I decided that I was going to go for computer science. And the pay being well also helped with that decision. When in class, I found it to be easy working with Python and creating HTML code for programs. But Java was excruciatingly difficult, and I began to lose my passion for the subject, and I just found it difficult to continue. And I switched my major to my first love, which is art. My dream career is to work for a Fortune 500 company as their art director or graphic designer. Now, 2 goals that I can achieve in the next 2 weeks is to better understand my programs, especially Illustrator. So I bought this book to help me. And then secondly is to give myself a chance to make mistakes without being overly critical of my work. I tend to do that a lot, and it makes my work suffer. But I'm dedicated enough to put in the hours no matter what it takes. I would just like to thank you for listening as I traveled the journey, my journey to mastery.